Nice scythe, the bumblebee said. Thanks, mumbled John. The problem with Halloween wasn't deciding what to wear, or even travelling to a party looking like an idiot. It was that once you arrived and everyone had seen your costume, you still had to stay in it for the rest of the evening. The thin black coat wasn't so bad, you could at least lower the hood, but the scythe must have been 7 feet tall. John thought about stowing it in the bedroom along with the coats, but he feared it wouldn't be there when he returned, and, strictly speaking, it wasn't his to lose. The girl in the bumblebee outfit ran a thumb over the keen blade. Ooh, it's sharp. That was another thing. When he found it, propped up in the alley behind his apartment, it had been pitted with rust, but now it gleamed under the kitchen's halogen spotlights. And then there was the odd dream he'd had of hours spent hunched over spinning whetstone, showers of sparks illuminating the night in a grinding noise like the scream of 1,000 lost souls piercing his skull as the edge took shape. What was all that about? The bumblebee was cute. Slim, short hair, mischievous grin. Just his type, if she hadn't been so obviously out of his league. But she'd made 2 attempts to start a conversation, and she didn't know that he wasn't some ultra-hip media tycoon, did she? So, he tried hard to think of something original to say, and failed. What do you do? Besides making honey, she laughed, a pleasing lilt to her voice. I run a temp agency. Ah, she echoed, one black eyebrow raised. Ah, well, I suppose, he floundered. Difficult times for you? She shrugged. Not really. When there are redundancies, there are always temporary shortages of skills and resources. Usually just someone to help clear a backlog, or hold the fort while an employee is sick or on vacation. Like substitute teachers. She frowned. Well, something along those lines, but I'm actually rather more specialised. I don't do teachers or secretaries or... She looked him up and down. Data entry clerks. His heart sank. I only deal with the top end of the market. Afraid I can't tell you who my clients are. Customer confidentiality and all that. She shrugged again, and then looked up at him expectantly. Do my wings do anything when I do that? Do it again, he suggested, a lump in his throat. She did, an amused look on her face. Anything? He shook his head, lips dry. No, he said slowly. Not behind you, anyway. She threw a playful punch at his arm. Naughty. But I'm afraid I'll have to love you and leave you now, John. I'm actually working tonight, and I have another 2 parties to visit. He stared into his drink. He shouldn't be disappointed. He should ask for her number. But he never had been good at that stuff. Besides, he didn't even know her name. He couldn't even remember telling her his. And how did she know he was a data entry clerk? Don't worry, she said cheerfully. I'm sure I'll see you again. She tapped a black and yellow striped fingernail against the edge of the scythe. You do make an awfully good Grim Reaper. And then she left. He wandered aimlessly around the party. People seemed to make way for him without actually acknowledging his existence. He didn't mind. He hardly knew anyone there. He'd once worked with the host's ex-girlfriend, who'd been a bit liberal with the Facebook invites. Even with a strict fancy dress code, the place was heaving. As John made his way to the small roof terrace, a Smurf and a zombie were erecting a barricade of bookshelves at the front door to prevent any late arrivals. Outside, despite the cold weather, things were only marginally better. The partygoers would probably have spilled over onto the wrought iron fire escape if it hadn't been chock full of building materials, plasterboard, wooden planks, bottles of varnish and turpentine. He passed a couple of Guy Fawkes, complete with V for Vendetta masks, who were drunkenly trying to set up a firework the size of a microwave. It was, he was sure, likely to end in disaster. A sudden image came to him, a fiery inferno, flames curling around the top of the walls to meet at the ceiling, a curtain of white heat, people fighting to escape, screaming, burning. Through it all, a dark figure striding, untouched by the flames, bending over fallen figures, a blade glowing red above his head. An angel of mercy. The scythe did not maim or kill, it performed a compassionate service, severing the thin ribbon of light that kept tortured souls anchored to blackened bodies. He blinked, stunned by his vision, as Guy Fawkes 1 handed Guy Fawkes 2 a yellow plastic lighter. In the pale moonlight, his hands appeared washed of colour, thin and cold, and he thrust them deep into the pockets of the heavy black cloak. He couldn't remember putting anything into those pockets. Couldn't remember there being pockets. But from the left he withdrew a thin card that seemed to glow in the wan light. Sarah Bartholomew, it read, the bee a stylised bumblebee, glittering like a wintry cobweb. Recruitment and resource management. From the right, his bleached, skeletal arm pulled an antique hourglass. Even as he watched, the last grains of sand fell through the narrow neck. As they did, a church bell rang out in mournful midnight, and the sky was lit up by a shower of falling sparks. The last chime was drowned by the soft whoomph of ignition. John nodded solemnly. Time to go to work.